Hi, I'm Rula. I'm a Palestinian citizen of Israel, and I want to explain to you what it means.
This should be interesting.
Do you feel comfortable identifying yourself as Palestinian?
Today I do, but it is because I'm a political activist, and it is a choice that I've made. But for most Palestinian citizens in Israel, they don't feel comfortable identifying as Palestinians because of the discrimination.
Or it could be that this is something that just doesn't come up in normal conversation. Not every person that I meet in the street, I talk about my identity and the fact that I identify as a Jew.
Because of the politics that we have, identifying as a Palestinian may be a crime for some people.
Well, there are no laws on the books that are stopping anybody from identifying as Palestinian or preventing somebody as identifying as Palestinian, because obviously you identify as Palestinian, and if it were to be a crime, then you would be put in jail.
It can be very much frightening to say that you are a Palestinian, and this is how I think most of Palestinian citizens inside Israel feel.
So let me get this right. Israel, which you define as a apartheid, fascist, genocidal state, still allows you to openly claim to be a Palestinian and doesn't sanction you, arrest you, or harm you in any way.
Privilege, the fact that I am a political activist.
Yeah, you're a political activist. You've mentioned that already.
Do you speak up against the war?
Well, the fact that I am a political activist and I am part of a grassroots movement that has more people with me, it is somehow less scary for me to do that and to go out in a protest. But for, I think, the 20% Palestinians living in Israel, it is very hard to say anything against this genocidal war.
Israel is committing genocide, and yet 20% of the population of Israel are ethnically the people that Israel is trying to commit genocide against.
It is very hard to speak about what's really happening in Gaza, and even when you relate to the pain of people and the kids who are being killed, being a political activist gives you some kind of a privilege.
Okay, this is the fifth time that you've identified yourself as a political activist. Okay, you're a political activist within Israel, which actually seems to be demonstrative of the fact that Israel is a free and open society and tolerates dissenting points of view, which isn't really consistent of a genocidal fascist state.
But still, it is not the same kind of privilege that Jewish citizens have inside of Israel. So I go out to the streets with my people, Jews and Palestinians, who believe that we need a different politics in this place. But for most Palestinians, they don't really do it.
Or they don't do it because they have jobs that are actually real jobs and not political activists.
Do you feel comfortable speaking in Arabic in public?
God. Well, I live in Jaffa, Tel Aviv. My apartment is in Jaffa. And when I go to Tel Aviv, I need to take the bus or the train. My mom calls me. I feel very much scared answering in Arabic. Not really.
So you're able to freely travel from Jaffa to Tel Aviv, and nobody harms you or kills you in a genocidal state. And by the way, in every city in Israel, at any time of day, there are people walking around speaking Arabic who are dressed in a way that easily identifies them as Arab or Palestinian citizens of Israel. And they speak Arabic, and yet nobody seems to harm them.
That comfortable. And today I am more scared because I know that in the same bus, soldiers who have been into Gaza might be sitting next to me, and me speaking in Arabic can be, I don't know, a negative reaction.
Yeah, well, these soldiers travel on buses and on trains with other Arabs and don't kill them and don't harm them. So having a negative reaction is very vague and doesn't actually describe any laws or anything actually tangible to demonstrate that Arabs are in any kind of danger in Israel. However, I'd be very interested if you could talk about what would happen to a Jew that would be in Gaza, or a Jew that would be in Nablus, or in Ramallah, or in Nin, or in Tulkarem, and would be visibly identifiable as Jewish or as Israeli. What do you think would happen to them?
What is your relationship with your Jewish partners at work?
This place is a place where you can, where we work together, where we want the same things, where we, aspire and work towards changing the politics that.
Okay, again, so everything that you're describing so far speaks about a tolerant and democratic and vibrant society which allows you to openly be a political activist, which I think you've mentioned a few times, and try to change the politics. That doesn't sound like a fascist apartheid state, and it doesn't sound like a genocidal state because, again, you are openly working to change Israel into being something else than a Jewish state.
This genocidal war and going back into real agreements between people. And I am very much blessed with having these people, especially these Jews around me. But unfortunately, Israeli society has become more racist since October the 7th, and for many, many reasons. And I'm not going to be talking about all of them, but it is still home. And the same way I fight for my Palestinian people in here, I believe we need to fight also for the Jewish people living in here, because this is home for all of us.
Yeah, well, that might happen when you barge through the fences of communities and slaughter people and burn children and kidnap Holocaust survivors and take hostages that you're holding ever since. And by the way, I don't know of any other genocide where the people who are being genocided could have made it all stop just by releasing the old ladies and the young people that were just at a party, to just release them and stop killing, and the genocide automatically stops. For example, I don't know that there was any Jewish underground group during the Holocaust that would have continued holding on to German POWs if that's what would have made the Holocaust stop.
We have.
Okay, so I think that you just inadvertently proved everything that you say about Israel is wrong. It's a vibrant democracy. The proof is that you're allowed to be a political activist who openly identifies as a Palestinian citizen of Israel. By the way, I don't know of any other state that you accuse Israel of being which would allow the same thing. For example, I don't think in Nazi Germany they had Jewish political activists who identified as Jewish citizens of Germany trying to stop the Holocaust. So thank you for making this video and proving that Israel is an open, vibrant, democratic state.